chin. Just keep your head down and carry on. You fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. And that's just the way that the line gets drawn. You gotta keep on living.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 10-Minute Misconduct. We are an unofficial FPHL podcast. This is our 30th episode, and we have Jay Croop joining us. Thank you for coming back and joining us, Jay.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 10-Minute Misconduct. We are Give me just one second. If anybody, do you happen to have your and we have TV turned up? Joining us. Thank you for coming back and joining us, Jay.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
Another episode of 10-Minute Misconduct. We are just one second. Sorry guys, if I'm hearing like a little bit of reverb. I don't know if anybody else.
I think it is.
Okay, anyway, we're just gonna roll with it. If anybody's having any echo issues in the chat, just drop it. So we have some our newer crew joining us today, Aaron and Sam. You might recognize Sam. He's a Dragons fan, so I'm sure you've seen him around the arena.
Oh yeah, is it better now? Sorry.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you. So we wanted to have you back on, and you also did us a big favor by jumping in when we were having some scheduling issues. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. But I wanted to get started tonight with, you just played your 300th game. You scored your 100th goal. Can you tell us what that was like, doing that in front of 4,000 people?
Yeah, it was super cool. I obviously it started getting to the point where I felt like it was never gonna come. But then what happened was I think Dozer started going up ice with it, and then I kind of realized that we're probably gonna have a 3-on-2 develop here. I know Petro was on the far side, and then so I knew my job was to drive the middle lane, as far as just kind of basic hockey, just a hockey play. If you're the center lane, you drive the net, generally on a 3-on-2. And so I started going to the net, and Dozer went far side to Petro, and kind of in my head, I was just like, if he can just get it near me, I'm going to make a play and have a chance to, to get the goal. And then the puck just kind of came towards me in the air and kind of batted it out of midair, hit the goalie. I think it hit the goalie in the chest. And it was about to go wide, and then I kind of forehand bat it. So kind of like double bat out of midair and one goal. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was amazing, obviously, doing it at home. And in front of 40, I think, we were just under 5,000. So obviously it was pretty loud in there, and it was an awesome way to get my 100th goal for sure.
Did you keep the puck?
One?
Yeah, I kept the puck.
Definitely gonna keep that memory with you, huh?
Yeah, no, 100%. It was cool, and especially, I actually didn't even really know it was my 300th game. I was walking off the ice for warm-ups, and Marcy Walters was just like, "Yeah, congrats on 300," and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Congrats on 300," and I was like, "I must be," and I kind of like said thank you, and started heading towards the locker room, and then it kind of hit me. I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm playing in my 300th pro game." So it was pretty funny because I didn't even know that until after warm-ups.
No, that's awesome though. I mean, the memorabilia, get to keep it, especially big milestones like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I just forgot I was wearing this sweatshirt. My dad got me it. It's like got our logo, and then it says like on the sleeve 100 goals.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
My number. But he does that kind of for all the guys whenever they hit a milestone. It will be something. I mean, like this year he's kind of going with these sweatshirts, but it's been different things in the past and stuff. And so it was pretty cool. Yeah, I got that after the game, and yeah, it was a special moment doing it at home. And I think the only thing that could have beat it was maybe if it was Saturday night on military night.
Yes.
You know, like with that coming up, because that's obviously a massive deal down here. And but you know what is awesome is that yeah, we're on a 9-game heater and we could tie the Columbus win streak record Saturday night in front of the sellout crowd, which is 11. I think it was the year the Cottonmouths won it. They won 11 in a row when Jerome was coaching. I think Orrin was on that team too. They had won 11 in a row, so we could tie it on Saturday.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we got to win Friday, but you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
but if everything goes as planned, you know, it'll be kind of a cool game, you know, for such a big night.
Mhm. Aaron?
So there's been a very big push for rookies in the league this year. So much so that now, there's a limit if you have to have at least so many on the team. As a very seasoned and very successful veteran, do you feel like this is pushing more veterans out, or do you feel like this is opening up the league for more?
Yeah. Well, I think honestly, we're definitely a development league. It's obviously the league's gotten better as far as skill and all that. I mean, I think I think having the vet rule um definitely hurt the East Coast League. I feel like all those cities were selling out or doing really well because you had the guys that played in, you had the Jerome Bichards and you had, guys like that, played 5, 6, 7 years in one city or maybe longer. And, I feel like when the East Coast got rid of that rule, it forced coaches to choose I don't know, like a younger guy that does what Jerome does on the ice, instead of keeping Jerome around, you know? So I think it's like if we're gonna make that rule, let's not have a vet rule then, where you can only carry X amount of vets. Let's just have you need to at least
Right.
sign 6 rookies and play 6 rookies a night. So
Yeah.
I love the rule of having rookies. I mean, it keeps our league young and talented, and you gotta be a good scout. You gotta scout well because I mean you gotta have 6 now. So
Yeah.
so it's hard. It's good. It's good for the league. I do enjoy having to go out and find rookies and all that, but um, I think, like I said, I think I would just take out where you have to have a vet rule because, we probably would have kept some other guys around here. I know in Columbus, but we just ran out of veteran cards. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
so
I
it is.
appreciate that viewpoint on it because I didn't even realize that there's a vet rule in the EC. I
Yeah,
I
there's a
just
vet
I
rule in
feel
the
like it's
East
been
Coast.
pushing a lot of the good
Yeah,
veterans like you out.
yeah, no, definitely, it definitely has, and yeah, but I think. Like I said, it's also good to get the young talent in here because it keeps us older guys having to, stay in check with our being in shape and being able to compete at a high pace. So it's still good, I think.
Yeah.
So I wanted to chime in on military night. By far my favorite night in Columbus every season. You guys
Mhm.
always go above and beyond, and I know the community as a whole in Columbus is got a lot of it's made up of military service members. And with Military Weekend coming up, I wanted to ask, are you able to touch on the goalie situation in Columbus since there's been a recent call up and we have another on IR? Are you able to talk on your plans for this weekend yet?
Um, yeah, I just right now I know Colgan does come off the IR on Friday. It's 15 to 30 day IR. Um,
Okay.
so Colgan will be coming off the IR on Friday. I think it's undecided who's starting in that Friday and Saturday. Kind of got 2 goalies that are good goaltenders and
Yeah. Good problem to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. So, I would, expect to see, Colgan for sure one of the 2 nights. And I would say expect to see, you know, either, probably T-Joe one of the other nights. So, that's where we're at right now.
Cool.
Now, are there any worries with the Sioux Wolves, like with what they've been doing lately? Is there any worry about actually playing them this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're kind of now at a point where we know I mean, at this point of the season, teams are getting better. You know, at least I feel teams are kind of getting better. And we gotta, step up our play. And obviously Seawolves swept Carolina. Everyone's kind of aware of the way they're playing, but I really think this year, and against any opponent, it's really up to us if we play the way we should. And with the guys that we have, the goaltending we have, I feel like it's kind of in our hands every game. So you're gonna run into like hot goalies and stuff, and maybe have an off night, but we when we did the recruit in the summer, we were reaching out to guys. We didn't have we knew we had to make some changes, but we kind of went after kind of a little bit of a different approach as we kind of got our 6 rookies, got them right away, and then kind of went off of what the guys that we knew were coming back. And so we only needed to make just a few changes. Um, and we kind of, when I was talking to the guys all summer, guys that I was trying to get, like Shinkarik and J Mac and even some of the rookies, I was like, look, this year we're not we want to win the cup. That's the end goal, but we want to kind of be like a historic team and do something really, really special here this year. So like, either you want to be a part of that or you don't, kind of thing. And, you know, the J Mac and Shanks and them, they ended up coming. And so I think, for us, it's kind of like, we really want to capture that win streak kind of record, and maybe set the bar even higher than what that is. And our goal is to win every single night. And so that's kind of what we got going on in our locker room. And we built a kind of a strong culture here that it's kind of, we're expected to at least get to the finals. That's kind of our expectations here. I think the fan base expects that, and we expect it as players and coaches and owners. And so but I think Mississippi's playing well, but we're definitely ready for the task and excited to for them to come into the Civic Center and try and steal one from us.
Right.
Right.
Go ahead, Aaron.
So there's actually a really good, Anna, do you mind if I read a fan comment?
Absolutely, go for it.
So there's a really good question in here that I really wanted to ask you as well. Well, not that I wanted, it's from the fan. Sorry, guys. What changes have you noticed in the rookies over the years when it comes to skills? Do you think that they're bringing a faster play style or better puck handling? What have you been seeing out there?
Yeah, I mean, I see I see the game getting a lot faster. I think that's the biggest separation is, and all these kids are 6 foot. It's like, okay, every rookie's big and they're fast. So it's like, what are you going to bring to the table that's going to separate you from that?
Gotcha.
I'm
So-
also looking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you are fine.
I was looking in the chat, and Eric, hey Eric, we actually kind of have the same question, but I want to phrase it a little different. I know last season the Dragons were big Swifties, always playing Taylor Swift before games and on the road. Are you guys still Swifties? And who's your pick for the Super Bowl this year?
I think no, we're not as big as Swifties as we were last year. I think we got a little, we like a lot more rap we're like the
Okay.
big Slim Shady locker room.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So we like, we like Slim and I think this year for the Super Bowl, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna have to go with the Niners, the team that beat the
Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember you were a Packers fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they were gonna kind of go on a run. I was happy they made it that far, but it's frustrating because I feel like if they just would have snuck by the Niners, they would have had a chance.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just you got to make your kicks.
Yep. I feel like Kansas City has it almost reminds me of the Carolina and Columbus, or anytime Carolina's playing, whoever they're playing against, they seem to like quadruple in fans because the Dragon fans always, are cheering on whoever Carolina's playing
Definitely.
against. And I feel like the Chiefs are kind of feeling that this season. So go
Yeah,
ahead,
I would
Sam.
say so.
You were talking a lot about the scouting. Have you ever gone to the NAHL or NA3HL tournament for any of the scouting for the younger players at all?
So I generally don't really I go no to answer your question, no, because they're just most are too young to play this level. It usually is generally the physical part. Um you need, I would say, probably at least 2 years. I mean, granted, there are some guys that do it, but it's pretty rare. Most guys need yeah, I would say more guys that are 21, 22. I mean, or at least played a year or two of college. So I don't generally go to the junior, the junior, unless it's Canadian major junior or USHL. I don't go much of it, and their showcases are doing during our season, but no, I kind of got some guys that I've made connections with the last however many years I've been around hockey, and they kind of keep their eyes out for some guys, and we actually do a lot with Brandon Billy. He's the owner of the Bradford Bulls. They're like our junior affiliated team. They sent us a lot of good players. Sent us Josh LaBelle, Greco, Hunter, Ryan Hunter. He's on the team this year. Balkwell. I mean, they get a lot of really good high end guys there. So I tend to stick to what's been working, and so generally I get my junior guys from Billy, and they're in that GMHL.
Okay. Huh.
It seems the NA, I feel most of the guys go to school next from there.
Yeah,
We have guys on our team that played in the NA but went to school first. So that's kind of generally the bigger is a stepping stone from the NA is to go to school. Most of the time. Like I said, there's probably a handful that play pro every year.
Okay. Aaron?
what you got, Aaron?
What is your like go-to thing to look for? Like, what do you look for the most when you are recruiting? Like, obviously, we want fast. We want, tall. We want
Yeah.
powerful. We want somebody who's going to score. We want somebody who's going to defend when they need to. But what do you really look for? What sets your scouting out from
So
somebody else's?
most of the time when I go scout, I'm already going to look at a couple guys. So I already know that most of the time they can play at the level that we're coming to look at them for. So the biggest thing I look for in these guys is how they are in the locker room, like how they are as a person, how they like their character and all that, and then how are they in the community around, around the city. Um, those are kind of the two biggest things that we look for here in Columbus. And yeah, it's really important, I feel like, because most of the time you can coach guys to be better hockey players and do a lot with them if they're willing to be, a good person and work hard
Absolutely.
and be good around the community. And I also think that's why our fan base is is so big here in Columbus, because, you know, we do care about the relationship and being, you know, out there and reading the schools or going to events. And I think it's because we got a lot of guys that are just like, um, you know, meet fans or like people around town, even just out to eat, and they're not like too cool to hang out and have a beer or just have a water or whatever they're doing, you know. They're, I feel like we're not just like, we don't act like we're above anyone. We just treat
Right.
people how we want to be treated, you know. So that goes back to, I feel, you know, scouting and looking for guys that are good people, you know.
I definitely think it's so important to be a part of the community and to be, like you said, not too good to sit down and have a beer with somebody. I think, I'm not necessarily, contrary to popular belief, not necessarily a Columbus fan. Obviously, I do love you guys, but that's just not
Right.
my region. So
Right.
it's not where I'm watching. No, you guys are amazing. I'm sure we'll be seeing you in the playoffs. I'm a bingo fan, by the way. So we'll see you in the
Okay.
playoffs.
See
Well,
you in the
I'll see you
finals.
later. See you in
I
my
was
barn
about to
soon.
ask. I was about to ask. It almost seems like this season is pretty similar to last season and where some of the teams are sitting in the standings, even with the newer teams coming to the league. Can you talk about your, what's ahead for the future, who you think you're going to see in the finals and your plan
Yeah.
to get there?
Yeah. I'm assuming, you know, I would assume they're gonna take the top four from each division. Um, if they don't, I'm sure there'll be like a playing game of the bottom two teams. So regardless, you know, we'll probably see Mississippi or Baton Rouge first. And you know, obviously, and this goes for anyone we see in playoffs. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I really just think that, you know, destiny's in our hands this year. And if we play the way that we should with the talent we have, I don't think anyone can stop us. I think we're our worst enemy. And it's no knock. There's some good hockey teams out there, but it's just, I feel that we kind of have what it takes to win, and a little mixture of old and young, and good goaltending and good coaching. And, I think we kind of have what it takes to run the table. So, you know, assuming we see some team that we've seen 18 or 19 times this year, and, the record's probably more in our favor. So we should go in there, take care of business. It's obviously, if, you know, we end up finishing first place like we are, every series is going to have to finish in Columbus. So I think that is a massive deal, is having home ice. I actually don't think
Yes.
we were the only team last year. We beat Motor City. We beat them at home game one, but we were the only team to win a road game last year. I know Carolina or Danbury went back home down 2-0, and they won the series. They went to
Yeah.
Detroit. Um, and then the other side, the first game they lost on the road, and then they won the next. We were the only team to sweep. Um, so obviously home ice is massive. So, yeah, I think you know, we have a good chance to see a Binghamton this year.
Yep.
And depending on if, you know, right, you know, depending how they keep doing and we keep doing, one of us is going to get the home ice. And, um, I think it's going to be a big deal who gets that home ice.
So too, because
Sorry,
I'm
can't
trying to
drop
watch the
games
whole
in the
thing.
middle of February.
Hmm. Um, well, I guess that kind of answers that question. Like I had it written down and everything too.
Got my notebook.
So I actually did have a fun question I asked last week, and I'm kind of curious because I'm starting to see people throughout the league hold their sticks different when they're on the bench. Do you hold it with the handle up or the blade up?
I do blade up so it doesn't get wet on like the bottom where your skates are on the mats, and like all the spit and all that crap is by your feet. So I keep knob so that the tape stays a little more clean. but like I just put like the tip of the knob down, you know, so it's like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the exact same reason we heard somebody else why they keep the blade up. But it's
Yeah,
like, I was kind of curious and I actually caught a picture from this weekend of one of the Zydeco players. He had his knob up.
yeah, yeah.
So of
Everyone's
course I took
different
a
with that.
picture
I
and
feel
sent
like,
it.
but
See, I'd think the handle being closer can possibly pick up that ice spit and stuff, and it ended up getting on the
right,
handle. I wonder how that kind of act with your own grip and stuff. So,
yeah,
kind of a curiosity.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends the stadium too. Some places are worse than others. Like how much water's like it's like some of them are like flat, so they kind of dry quick, like the mats. But like Columbus is just so old, it's like kind of like bumpy and there's so there's little like holes and there's water in it. Like, but I love where we play. I'm just saying it's a little older, you know?
Kind of a mimic of the Rapids there here in Columbus.
Exactly. Exactly.
What are your road trip must-haves? Like the things you have to have. You can't do a road trip without these items. What are they?
My headphones for the bus or the hotel bed. Um, and then usually peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like you're gonna get like a bazillion bags from the fans this weekend of peanut butter M&Ms?
Peanut M&Ms.
Oh, peanut.
Listen,
Yeah, no peanut
Yeah.
butter, guys. Sorry.
Those are good, but not like they're nowhere near the peanut M&Ms.
Bingo gets home
Yeah,
ice advantage, and you're down here for the playoffs. I'll bring you some peanut M&Ms.
perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you welcomed a little baby dragon here
Yeah.
recently. Can you talk about being a dad and is there any future possibility of maybe you coaching his junior team?
Um, yeah, so yeah, Brooks, he was born September 1st. Um, so pretty cool. He's been both games I scored this year. He's been there. Um,
Oh,
he loves being around the guys. Usually take him over to the hockey house a couple times a week or even more. And so he loves hanging out with the guys. He's really awesome. He's a real low key baby. It's even the guys, I know he cried the other night out. We were watching The Bachelor and he started crying and the boys were like, "Oh man, I've never even heard him cry yet." Like he never cries.
That's
Definitely,
weird.
definitely gonna get him on skates when he can start walking.
I was
Um,
wondering when we'd see him on the ice. How soon?
whenever he can start walking, or I can find a small enough skate. One, but he's awesome. I'm super grateful for him and um he's healthy and he loves going to the games. Usually watches about a period and a half and then shuts it down after that. So I gotta make sure if I'm scoring or doing anything else, it's before the halfway point of the game.
For sure.
uh, but coaching, I don't know. I don't know if I can coach. I don't know. It's tough dealing with other parents.
I bet. Yeah. I've seen
So at
some
least
crazies.
pro hockey, you can be like, "Hey, we gotta let you go. You don't need to deal with their parents." Youth
Yeah.
hockey, junior hockey, you're starting to mix parents in the mix, and I'd rather just watch him, see how he does, and not have to tell him how much ice he's getting.
Yeah.
You
Definitely
know,
understand that.
so. But I mean, I'll probably be coaching.
Yeah, I know. Even if you're not coaching, I bet you'll still be like,
Let's
this
be
is what you need to
honest, like,
do.
let's
Yeah.
be honest, like, probably gonna be end up coaching, deal with the parents. I'll be back on this podcast. It'll be like 15. I'll be bitching about the parents.
That would be awesome. Seriously, we'll have to do like a 15-year reunion for real.
Yeah.
I'm typing that in right now.
Yep. Scheduled.
Now, I do have
To
another kind of
question.
side question. Uh, you've been the assistant coach and stuff a little bit last year, going into this year. Is that kind of any sort of timeline for how much longer you kind of plan on
Yeah,
playing? And
yeah,
would you want to jump into coaching
yeah,
the team afterwards?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah, it's kind of funny because again, I do most of the recruiting, and you know, we kind of sometimes are like, hey, careful, you're gonna recruit yourself out of a job, and I was like, that's kind of the goal, isn't it? And so yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I've played for so long. I've learned to accept my roles on every team. Last year I had a great year, and that was my time to be in the situation I was. And this year is a little bit more of, hey, need you when we're short, but need you on the bench and running, help running the forwards and coaching the younger guys, and starting to get ready for that jump. So yeah, definitely the plan is to slowly get back to where I'm just behind the bench. I think it's coming sooner than later. But
No.
if I can keep
Yeah.
up still, and Jerome wants to keep coaching, we're okay.
Yeah.
We got a really cute question in here, and I'm also pretty curious. Does Mr. Brooks have a favorite dragon yet? Other than, of course, his father.
I would uh I would say it's either Petro or Swanee. He loves hanging out with those two. They both do real good with him. Both are yeah, they're both good. So yeah, definitely I would say he cheers for Petro and Swanee, and Dozer's great with him too. Dozer, Petro, and Swanee. I mean, dude, they're all really good with them. I feel bad just saying naming a few. Like, they're all awesome teammates and they're great with them. But I will Swanee's got loves hanging out with Swanee and Petro. They'll just come. I mean, they would come rob him and just take him from me. Like, they're just like, yeah, okay, I'm taking him. See it. Like, oh, all right. So those two definitely, but they're all good with them, and it's fun.
We had another
Awesome.
question. Can you speak on any updates on Carter, on how he's doing?
Yeah, Carter skated today. He's
Oh,
feeling
cool.
better. Yeah, he's
Good.
feeling a lot better. He's day to day right now. But looks good. And like I said, he left the game Saturday. We had Sunday, Monday off, and he skated today and he looked good. He's a little sore, but he skates fast. That's what I told him, man. When you're skating that fast and you fall, you got to watch out for the board monster.
Yeah.
I was like, you're just too fast. I'm like, we're lucky the boards didn't break.
Yeah.
Almost
So we
like
got time for,
Mighty.
go ahead, Sam. I was just going to say we've got time for a couple more questions.
Oh, I was gonna make a comment talking about skating so fast, almost like Mighty Ducks 2 with the one little speed skater kid that couldn't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
I remember,
Luis
I can't remember his
Mendoza.
name, but yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mendoza.
Well, since you brought that up, do you mind if I ask what's your favorite hockey movie? I know every player has their one
Yeah,
go-to hockey
yeah.
movie.
Um, I think always it's gonna be Slapshot, but I've been really on a kick on Miracle lately. I kind of cycle mine. I
Yeah.
think that's fair.
Aaron, you
That's
go ahead,
very
take the next
fair.
one.
Alrighty, thanks, Sam. So, where do you see the Fed 5 years from now? We've talked a lot about the changes that are made, and I know that there's probably changes that need to be made, and that's kind of my part B of the question. But in 5 years from now, what do you think the Fed, where do you
Yeah,
think the Fed will be?
I think the Fed is getting better and better every year. I think in 5 years we'll have 4 or 5 new good markets, and the league's going to continue to grow.
Absolutely. So, kind of as a part B to that, what three things do you think the Fed could do to garner more success? And I don't mean that sideways as if they're not, but
Yeah,
what three things could you
yeah.
see making it a
Um,
better place to play?
yeah, I would say, it's, I would say, I would say maybe let's get rid of the vet rule, but have the rookie rule. So I guess that's kind of two. And, and then I would say that you have to have a venue of like, of more than 2,000 seats, arena seating. No more
I
like,
could definitely see that.
no more
Yeah.
like Delaware.
Yeah. Okay, so to wrap it up, I had one more question I wanted to ask, and a ton of the fans have been asking. So, this past weekend, crazy series, Saturday night was a little wild, and it was 10-minute here, 10-minute there. And can
Yeah.
you kind of talk us through the game and tell us about what we've kind of been calling Penalty Fest?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how it got so out of hand so fast.
It got
Like,
crazy.
like I just remember I was just like battling, like, like just every bounce has not been going my way on the ice this year to start. Like, so I'm like, oh, I feel it. I'm getting 100 tonight. Like, and I think I got out there, got stuck on a long change, and like, boom, back in the net, tie game. So I'm like fuming, like, shoot the puck. Ref is like, yeah, 10 minutes, go to the box. I go in there. I think I beat the shit out of the puck bucket again.
Yes, you and the
Uh,
puck bucket. We got it. Y'all got to get some puck bucket merch, I swear.
Yeah, because now like a lot of people saw this one. I didn't think a lot of people were gonna see it, but yeah, I actually, yeah. So I got into it with the puck bucket, and finally I cooled down, and I was like, we need to get. There's no more bucket out there. The pucks are laying in the penalty box, ice cubes everywhere. The bucket's gone. Like it's
It's
in
just
like
gone.
pieces, like gone. Like I thought, like I thought when I was like looked at it when I came back to like freaking out, it was gonna be like half a bucket left. And like no, there was like the string, like the iron,
The
like
handle.
handle, yeah. And then there was like two little pieces on the like side of those, like it was gone. And I was like, so anyway, so I got a 10. So I'm sitting in there and now I'm starting to cool down. I'm like, you're an idiot, but this is kind of funny. Like, because the pucks are just like chilling now and like just ice, like a stack of ice. So then next thing I know, everyone's getting 10s. Swanee's in there. And then I just hear the ref go like, yeah, no, he's getting a 10 too. And I'm like, okay, Swanee's in here. And then who else came? Bersani? I don't remember who the third guy was.
There
Balkwell.
was
Sam
Balkwell.
Bockwell, yeah.
Yeah. So then he got a 10 too. And they're just giving it to the ref, and just I'm just like looking around like what is going on. Next thing I know, there's four guys and me in there. Like, yeah, he was just dishing out.
Standing room only.
I think just for like mouthing off. You can't do it like that sometimes. They have
Yeah.
Just follow
the
the
refs have
leader.
had enough.
Follow the leader to the penalty box.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough puck buckets for everybody.
Oh my gosh. I was like, when I like JB brought it, our equipment guy, he brought the bucket, what was left of the bucket in the locker room this morning. And everybody was howling. It was hilarious.
That is
And
too funny.
yeah. Yeah, we really should come out with like some bucket shirts.
Oh, I guarantee they would sell like
Yeah,
so fast.
yeah,
I
I
would
should
buy
look
one.
into it.
I would
As a
too.
bingo fan, I would absolutely buy a puck
I
bucket
know.
merch.
It's like my kryptonite. I see a bucket and I just want to just demolish it. I don't know what it is, man. Like when I'm so ticked off, like some guys break their sticks or like, you know what I mean? They slam the door. I see that bucket and I'm like, that thing is just mean mugging me. Like,
Yeah.
like every time I'm getting in a penalty, I'm looking at this bucket. Like I don't like looking at it. Get it away from me. You know, like
It's almost like the pucks are like the little googly eyes. They're just like
Yeah.
staring at you.
Like they need to start putting
Yeah.
like some like picture of our logo or something on it, because then I won't break it.
Yeah, or like just your face, like
Yeah,
"Don't do it.
yeah,
Not tonight."
yeah.
I told you no.
Well, Jay, as always, you are absolutely awesome. We just adore having you on the show. I'm hoping we can make it like a every season thing, like Jay Croop gets
whatever
an
you need, I'm
episode.
in. People
Yeah,
bail, I
absolutely.
got you covered.
Yeah, bro, and I appreciate
Right?
that so much. I
Yeah,
really do. And
yeah.
I
I
know the
love being
fans
on
do.
here. Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
awesome. Whenever you need.
It, could you say something to the fans if you're I know we got some tuning in. Is there anything you'd want to say to them before we head out?
Yeah, tune in. You got to tune in Saturday, military night. It's gonna be packed house. We're gonna go for 11 in a row. It's gonna be awesome.
Let's do it.
Cool.
All
Thank
right,
you.
buddy. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great
Thank you,
week.
Jay.
Nice
You
meeting
too.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Winners never quit and quitters never win. Even if you take a few licks on the chin, just keep your head down and carry on. You fight like hell, turn the other cheek. It's what separates the strong from the weak. And that's just the way that the